Yeah. So how I came acquainted with DACO would be, um, I was on drugs and I decided that I wanted to get clean and sober. And I have tried many ways before and wasn't successful by myself. And I knew I needed the help. So I decided to come here to DACO. Um, and that's basically where I started was, coming here to get the help for, the drugs.
If I might ask you, how did you hear about DACA? How'd you know
Actually through the court system.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there was a DACO counselor at court, or did the court just say you need to go find some help?
The court said I needed to go find some help. And I kind of already knew a little bit about DACO from, other people that had came here before as well. So I kind of knew a little bit about DACO once they said something about it.
Mm-hmm. So would you say that being in court, having to deal with your issues was sort of a low point in your life?
Definitely. Yes, definitely.
So you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Well, I was actually, I went from a very low point, I would say, would be, using drugs and having abusive relationship to, and then I had my kids and I wanted to get away from all that. And it seemed like, I just put myself in deeper, and got deeper into stuff that I didn't want to get into because of the relationship I was in at the time. I pushed my family away, all my friends away, and it was always like the wrong people and the wrong places. And I basically ended up getting in trouble. I started getting in trouble because I was using, and, I went from there to getting put in jail, and from jail, into the court system, and, and then a lot happened with my daughter, DCF was called on me, so I went from having to deal with all of that and, getting put in DACO to changing my life, completely around. So, now I'm here, and since I've came to DACO, I do have to say that things have changed drastically, for me. I went from, sleeping on a little, mat, in like a little shack house to I have a 3-bedroom house now, and I have my own car. I have my, I work now, and I've been coming to DACO now for a few years. So,
okay.
Yeah, I do have to say that it has definitely changed my life around for the better.
Okay. Well, let's switch over, Corey, and you tell me a little bit about how you came to be involved with DACO.
It's very similar. I was addicted to opiates. I was very opiate dependent. I was on them for about, I say, 7 years. Yeah, and I just kept getting deeper and deeper with what I was doing. It used to be, it started out, I was on Oxycontin. It started out like a pill a day, and it progressed into taking up to like 15 pills a day, and I just knew I was killing myself. And I tried detox a couple of times, and every time I got out, I tried to do it my way, and it just didn't work. I just kept relapsing. So finally I heard about the methadone clinic, and that's how I first found out about DACO. I came here to get, be on something to, a maintenance drug that would help me. And it was helping, but I stopped going to meetings and started hanging out with the wrong crowd again. And I ended up relapsing one more time, and then I got arrested. And when I got arrested, the course recommended that I come here, and I had to do 6 months inpatient. And I got out, I did the 6 months, completed it. It was very helpful. I got into working the 12 steps, got into my meetings. Just everything was working really good. I had a good counselor. So then I did 5 more months of outpatient, which is a great program also. They got good counselors and everything. And I ended up, getting off of probation, try to do it my own way again. You know, while I was here at DACO, though, everything was fine. You know, I was very successful, and I tried to do it my own way. I ended up relapsing one more time, and basically, DCF was called on me. At this time, we were together. You know, we just had my first kid. It was her third, but it's our kid together.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And DCF was called on us. I mean, it wasn't like, you know, nothing crazy or nothing like that, but they were called on us, and it was a reality check. It was basically, you know, for us, it woke us and made us think like what we're doing and how we're parents and how we, you know, need to be more mature, you know, and take responsibility. So we ended up back in DACO doing the program. Basically, it's worked very good this time. It's been about 10 months now, and we both are coming up on 10 months sober. And it's working out pretty good so far. I mean, I'm on the methadone right now. I feel very, like, you know, I'm very maintained with, I don't have cravings. I don't want to go use. You know, the meetings help out a lot also. Just, and the program have been very supportive. Anything I need in the program, you know, if I need help, I know who to go to. You know, they're just overall great people here.
So you would say that the low point was maybe when DCF was called out?
Oh yeah, that definitely was the eye-opener. That was the
Yeah.
eye-opener right there.
I mean, within the same year, we had, you know, family member very close to us pass away, our daughter, you know, having DCF in our life, having to we got off all the drugs. We actually went to the detox center here, you know, he did. So with all in the same year, so much things, you know, drastically fell apart for us. So, you know, once we came here, we knew in the back of our mind we needed it. It was just that stepping stone, that pushing point to, you know, help us. And, you know, I was on really major hardcore drugs. So, I mean, for me to be now clean and sober, and the mindset that I have now is just a total different person. And I never thought I would be here ever. Like, you know, looking back now on who I am, it's just amazing because I never thought I would be this person, and I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed.
Now, are you also on the methadone program or on a different program?
No, I am in the methadone program as well.
And what's been your reaction or your experiences with the, I guess, the physicians and the nurses here, the physical
Just,
part of it?
I would say, just the staff overall, nurses, counselors, everything, they're willing to help. You know, they lend a helping hand. I actually got close to a few staff members here, and if I need something, I go to them. You know, they'll try to help out as much as they can. You know,
Now,
they're pretty good.
Excuse me, Corey, I'm
Go ahead.
sorry, I didn't want to cut you off, but were you pregnant when you were in the program here, or had you already delivered your baby?
Yes, I was pregnant, and so I went through the whole program of having a baby, you know, here, and I also, and they do have a program here. It's the Topwood program. It's very, very helpful. Anything that you might need, they help. Diapers, you know, things that you don't have as far as like a crib or a car seat or, you know, things that nature. They help you out, and it's amazing. You know, some people won't have it like that, you know, and they need the help. And DACO is definitely here to lend a helping hand, and like the nurses are great, you know, the doctors are awesome.
So you received your primary health care here at the clinic?
Yeah, I also
while you were through the
received,
pregnancy and
yes ma'am, I also received my health care here at the time, you know, so I still actually do. So I actually see the doctors here as well as part of, you know, the treatment. So
Yeah, both of us do.
yeah, we both do.
that's great, and it's right here. We sort of talked, and you sort of talked about what the tipping point was for you guys in your relationship and what was going on in your lives. So, talk a little bit about what some of the challenges you face. Was it folks wanting you to get back into the lifestyle you had before? Was that some of the challenges? And then what was the turning point that you said, this is the new me, and I'm going down this path? Corey, you want to jump off on that?
Yeah, sure. Basically, you know, we stopped going to meetings, you know, and we stopped coming to DACO. We stopped with the methadone program, and we tried to do it our own way, thinking we got this, and I don't think we lasted a week when we was using again. Mm-hmm. And it got pretty bad, and we ended up checking back into another methadone clinic, actually, and they didn't monitor us like DACO did, you know, and they allowed a lot more other things to go on, you know, that DACO don't. You know, here they don't tolerate certain things. They want you to stay clean. They want the best for you. The other clinic we was going to, they was more into just the money. So they let us get by with, you know, using other substances and stuff like that. And that's when she was pregnant, and I was ended up a little bit more out there than her. I was doing more because she was pregnant. You know, she didn't try to do as much, but yeah, and basically, like, you know, our daughter got taken 3 weeks after she was born, and it was very hard on us, you know. And as soon as DCF came in our life, about 2 months later, my mom, she ended up dying from a massive heart attack.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and I was in detox when it happened, so it was like very, very hard for me.
Here at DACO.
Here at DACO. But as soon as it happened, they came to detox, some staff members, and they talked to me for hours. I mean, they were really helpful, and they did help me out. And you know, I also have some of their numbers still in my phone if I ever need to contact them, their personal numbers and everything, you know. But yeah, it was very hard. My mom was like my best friend. You know, she was always there for me. I really didn't have a father figure, so she played both roles. And I look back on how much I needed her, you know, and how much she was there for me, and I want to be that way for my daughter. You know, I want my daughter to feel the same way about me. So that really, you know, changed my whole thinking process, and it kind of made me want to grow up and take responsibility. And where I'm at now, I don't see myself really going back to where I was, because, I mean, it wasn't good at all. It wasn't good. There wasn't no happy endings. And, you know, like she said, we have a 3-bedroom house now. I mean, we don't own it, but we're renting it, you know. We got a car, you know, we got jobs, you know, everything's just working good, you know. I don't got to worry about being broke anymore or my last dollar going to drugs. You know, I got money now. I don't got to worry about that type of stuff. You know, I'm able to take care of my family, and it feels good having, you know, a good family unit like we do have. We've gotten closer because of this help from DACO.
Right.
And
then, like, before, you know, it's like your whole outlook on life was always about drugs. You know, you couldn't even have a chance to even look out on, you know, your experiences in life to be able to just to do what you want to do as a person, you know.
You're trapped.
Right, exactly. You're trapped, and you feel like, you know, you're stuck in one spot, and you don't know how to get out. And, you know, like, people and places were definitely an issue for me, you know, especially even before we got together. Having, like I said, the, you know, abusive relationship, and, you know, having, you know, these people all around me using drugs. And then, you know, once you're using drugs, you kind of push your family away because they're doing good and you're not. So you don't want to be around that. You don't want them to see you like that. So I didn't have my family there, you know, so it's like all I had was them people, you know. That's what I thought I only had, you know. And finally, whenever I woke up and got into treatment, got into a great relationship, you know, things, not just did I get sober, but things for myself, like my whole outlook on life and the person I am today just totally changed, you know, around. And I couldn't imagine ever going back to where I was before. There's no way.
So what would you say was your turning point that said, I'm never going back there? What happened? What was it when
my daughter
Corey was going through what he was experiencing?
Well,
and
we
then when
both
the baby
were.
was taken away?
Yeah, I would have to say whenever all that happened with my daughter, especially when it comes to my kids, there was no way on earth I was gonna let somebody else take care of my daughter. Thank God for my dad and my stepmother. They're the ones that kept my daughter for the time being while we were trying to get everything together. But I would have to say that it was my daughter. Just look back. Before I would say, oh, what kind of parents are those to get their kids taken away? They're horrible people and they're junkies or whatever. But
it can happen to anybody.
It can happen to anybody, yeah. And whenever I did get put in that situation, I actually seen so many people that actually are going through the exact same things that we do. And it's amazing, but that was definitely my turning point, was whenever my daughter got taken from me, and I just was like, this is not me. I'm not going to live like this any longer. I have to do what I have to do, and we're going to be great parents. And we have our daughter back. We actually even had the courtroom standing up applauding for us last week. We're actually going to be Reunification Heroes is a placement that nobody's ever had before, awarded through Eckerd. We got our daughter back with less than a year. It was just, we're actually even close with them now, So it's been a big life-changing event since, with my daughter.
Yeah, definitely.
Catherine, do you have anything from the program side that we need to touch on, or have we covered?
I think we've covered a really good.
Is there any last things that you would like to say to anyone out there that might see this video? Your experience?
I would say, if you're using, I feel your pain, and I wish you the best, and try to get into a program, because, tomorrow ain't promised today, and, it's just, you're hurting your family. You're not only hurting yourself. You're hurting your family and the ones that love you. And, if you don't want to do it for yourself right now, at least try to do it for them. Get your mind cleared a little bit, and you might start to realize that, you did need this and that you want a better life for yourself. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Ashley, anything?
I would have to agree with Corey, anybody out there, I have been there. Don't feel like you're the only one. Like, don't feel like, nobody understands, or, nobody's ever been there, because that's not true at all. And there's so many people going through the same exact situations, as you are. And even, I've been to the bottom so many times, and I know so many people that's been there too. Just know that it is possible to become sober and to stay clean and sober and to actually have a whole different life that you've never imagined having before. Mm-hmm. It's possible, and just reach out for that help. It doesn't matter who, just reach out for it.
So you like your life now?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, we love it.
Yeah, I'm very blessed.
And we love each other.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Great.
Doris, maybe we could talk about Ashley, when you were pregnant and still using it, but then went on to the methadone. Did your baby get delivered drug-free?
Yeah, how was your baby when the delivery occurred and through the pregnancy, going through the program?
My daughter was, I was not on drugs. I did do the methadone while here in the program. I was actually already on methadone, and then I found out I was pregnant. We actually didn't think we were going to be able to have children together, and found out I was pregnant, and I actually wanted to get off of the methadone, and I was, informed. I didn't know, but I didn't know that, once you got off of the methadone, you can't just completely come off methadone, especially being pregnant, because you could hurt your child. So I ended up staying through with the methadone program, and they actually offered programs at DACO as well for when you're pregnant.
Even after you're pregnant.
Yeah, after
you
pregnant.
give birth, and they help out.
My daughter was born, drug-free. She was very healthy. She was in the hospital for 5 days, and after that, we left. So we were only there 5 days, and everything went really good. They helped us out with a few things that we needed. We mostly really didn't need too much, but they were there for us, you know, if we did need it. Basically, that's about it.
So basically, if people say, well, you know, you're taking drugs and you're having a baby, and the baby's going to have problems, but not with the program, with the methadone program, you can have a healthy,
Oh, you could definitely.
successful pregnancy, and you experience that.
Yes, you can definitely have that. I mean, there are risks you're taking, but it's so much better than being on opiates or heroin or cocaine, whatever your drug of choice is. You know, if you need that crutch, you know, a maintenance drug, Suboxone, methadone, whatever, it's much better to be on that than that other stuff.
Because you're seeing the doctor too, and the nurse.
Right.
Right, and they're monitoring you and making sure everything's okay every step of the way. You know, they were there. So, and yes, our daughter is very healthy and beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
She is.
Yeah, she is. And like the doctor was there the whole way. You know, through the process at the hospital, you know, they were very educational. DACA was very educational with us on the methadone while being pregnant. You know, if you don't know about it, you can't really say anything about it because you have to be educated on it. That is for sure. They just educated us all the way through it. Whenever I went to the hospital, I felt like I was going to be judged, you know, from being on methadone. And but the nurses there were actually, you know, very, they knew the doctors and the staff here at DACO as well. I guess they communicate very well, and they, you know all about the methadone program, and it was great, you know. It went through really great with us being there. You know, the hospital was very nice, and everything went good.
Good.
So.
Did that cover?